fellow classmates. Every legal case begins not just in a courtroom, but in the quiet corners of a home. Before we dive into the sections of law and drivers of cross-examination, let us look behind the curtains of the case. The state versus Srimati Shakuntala. A household bound by a new marriage, Priya, just 25 years old, entered this home with dreams of a bride. But within 6 months, those dreams were reduced to ashes. However, the villain of this story isn't a person, but a warden. Mr. Akshay, the husband, was a severe binge alcoholic. His addiction didn't just drain the family's bank account, it drained the peace of home. Every night was a battleground of financial instability and loud agonizing disputes. In the middle of this storm stood Srimati Shakuntala, the 55-year-old mother-in-law. She wasn't a silent observer. She tried to intervene. She tried to control her son's self-destruction. But in the eyes of a suffering Priya, these interventions felt like protection. Priya's resentment grew, not towards the husband who drank, but towards the mother who she felt was shielding him. July 10th, 10 a.m. A fire breaks out in the kitchen. Priya is found with 80% burns. The prosecution calls it a murder for dowry. The defense calls it a tragic accident involving a faulty gas regulator, or perhaps a final act of despair by a woman who could no longer bear her husband's alcohol.
I'm a doctor. My name is Roshni. So what is your name? So, what happened to you while you were in this condition? Oh, no. You have statement. He's supposed to be this like okay. Statement voluntarily. Can you hear me?
Yes.
What's your name?
Priya.
Okay, Priya. Can you tell me what has actually happened on that day?
My mother-in-law, Shakuntala Devi, she used to harass me daily to fund her son's drinking habits and also pay off his debt. She used to always demand money and she used to like sometimes help me out.
Okay. Were there any other people over there during the situation?
No.
Okay. Is anyone forcing you or threatening you to give the statement?
No.
Okay. Can I record the statement on your own will?
Yes.
Okay. The statement has been recorded. According to the patient is in a conscious state, and according to her, her mother-in-law used to harass her daily, and she used to ask her to pay and support her son's drinking habits, and she used to assault her for dowry, and she set her on fire. So hereby the dying declaration is recorded.
Case versus Srimati Shakuntala. Learned Public Prosecutor, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is a clear case of dowry death under the section 80 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, BNS. The deceased, Priya, age 25, died due to burn injuries within 6 months of marriage. She was subjected to harassment and cruelty by her mother-in-law, Srimati.
He's lying. Don't listen to him. I would never kill my daughter-in-law.
Order. Defense, please control your time. Please proceed.
Thank you. She was subjected to harassment and cruelty by her mother-in-law, Srimati Shakuntala. who demanded money to support her son's drinking habit.
Objection overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. Most importantly, Your Honor, the deceased gave a dying declaration before the magistrate, clearly stating that her mother-in-law assaulted her and burned her. The law calls a dying declaration as a high degree of evidentiary sanctity, provided it inspires full confidence in the court. Hence, the prosecution prays that the accused is convicted. Thank you, Your Honor.
Learned defense counsel, you may proceed.
Your Honor, this is not a dowry death. This is a tragic case of accident or murder. Wrongly convicted, it was dowry death by relying on false and factually irresponsible dying declaration. The accused, Srimati Shakuntala, was not present at the scene. She has no dowry demands, no motive, and no opportunity. The real cause of suffering was the drinking habit of her husband. We will ensure that the mandatory requirements of Section 80 of Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita are not present in this case.
Please call the first witness for the prosecution. Voting prosecutor, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to call the doctor as the first witness to the witness box with your permission.
You may proceed.
Thank you.
मैं जो भी कहूँगी सच कहूँगी, सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूँगी।
Doctor, can you please tell the court the condition of the patient?
Yes, Mr. Rohan. Priya, age 25, was brought to clinic and was examined by me and was found to have approximately 80% total burn surface area. And upon arrival, the patient was diagnosed with a deep partial thickness and full thickness burns. So due to extent of the burn, the patient was in the state of high acuity, requiring continuous monitoring of inhalation injury and systemic inflammatory response syndrome.
Doctor, was the patient conscious?
Yeah, she was conscious and oriented, and I mean that she was awake and responsive to the verbal commands, and was also aware of her identity, of places and circumstances.
Could she speak in a comprehensible way?
Yeah, she was. Although the burns were severe, the mental faculties of patient was intact at that time, and she was able to understand the question put to her and give a clear, logical and relevant answer.
Thank you, doctor. One last question. Did she show any evidence of fever or illness or any other sickness except the burns?
Who did she show it?
Can I have any evidence for that?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. No more further questions.
Defense, you want to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to cross-examine.
You may proceed.
Doctor, the burns were severe. Correct?
Yes.
Was the patient under any anesthetic medication or any medicine?
Yes, the analgesics were administered, but they did not produce any sedation or impairment of the sensory.
Is that possible that some medication affect the person's orientation?
Yes, it can be depending on the patient, since your analgesic was given only for the pain control and does not affect the sensorial. So there were no signs of confusion, drowsiness, or altered mental status at the relevant time.
Were there any external marks or injuries on the patient?
No, except the burn lesions, there were no any type.
Thank you. That's it.
Your Honor, as the second witness, I would like to call the magistrate, who is the witness of the dying declaration, to the witness box, please, with your permission.
You can proceed.
Thank you.
मैं सच ही कहूँगी, सच के अलावा कुछ नहीं करूँगा।
Dear magistrate, did you record the dying declaration?
Yes, I have recorded it.
And did the deceased name the accused?
Yes, she has named her mother-in-law as accused.
And did she do it voluntarily or by any coercion by some people?
No, she has done it voluntarily.
They're lying. Stop them, please.
Order, order. Defense, this is the last one.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the magistrate.
You may proceed.
Ma'am, did you verify whether the accused was present at the scene?
No, I didn't.
Were you aware that the activities was rampant? You recorded what was stated and not what was factually correct, right?
Yes, I have recorded what the patient has said.
Thank you. That's all.
Public prosecutor, you may give the final witness. Right.
Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the investigating officer.
You may proceed.
Officer, the gas stove was seized. Isn't it?
मैं जो भी बोलूंगी सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलूंगी
Officer, was the gas stove seized?
Yes.
Was the federal regulator found faulty?
Yes, as per the seizure memo.
Any prior dowry complaint from the patient?
No.
Any neighbor witness of the harassment?
No, nobody saw it happen.
Now,
Public prosecutor, you may examine the scene.
Your Honor, I would like to examine the accused.
You may proceed.
I'm so sorry. मैं सच बोलूंगी और सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलूंगी। Yes.
Ma'am, where were you when the incident happened?
I was at my friend's place in a kitty party around 9:30 to 11 a.m. I think.
Any evidence that you were there at that time?
My friends must have had photos and videos of the party.
That's all you want.
With your kind permission, I would like to deliver my final argument and ask a few questions to the accused.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Tell me, Sakuntala, how was your relationship with your daughter?
My relationship, what do you mean?
Like, were you on good terms with her, or did you frequently have arguments with her?
We had certain disagreements, but I would say we were quite good. She used to make chai for me every day. Oh, those chai, I'm going to miss them.
I'm sure you can. And on the date of the incident, you said you went to a kitty party, right?
Yes,
And where were you before the kitty party?
I was at home getting ready and I was making chai.
I thought your daughter was
She was sick, yes, she was sick. I quite remember, she was sick, yes.
Your Honor, if you remember my previous conversation when I talked with the doctor, I clearly asked that whether the victim, Mrs. Priya, was she having any signs of sickness or illness before the injury? And as you can see, the accused is claiming that the patient is sick that day. So, this is a clear case of the fact that the accused and the defense both are lying. And this proves the fact that the dying declaration is false and the accused is attempting to escape liability. So, my final verdict will be the accused is escaping liability by attempting doubt in his court. And as such, Her arguments have been proven false. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ethan, do you have any final argument?
No, Your Honor.
According to the evidences provided, I convict the accused under Section 80 and Section 109 of BNS of attempt to murder and dowry debt. So the court charges the accused with 7 years of imprisonment. The court is adjourned.
No, please, wait, please, no. They're all lying, please. Please, don't do this to me, please. No, please. 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 Listen to me, please.
So then, what is the next step when the judge has given the judgment? Next step? Then she has to again go for appeal. Appeal to the High Court.
Taking place on 10th August, 10 a.m. All rise, the judges come.
This honorable court is assembled to hear the matter of State versus Srimati Shakuntala. Learned public prosecutor University.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is a clear case of dowry death under Section 90 BNS. The deceased, Priya, age 25, died due to burn injuries within 6 months of marriage. She was subjected to harassment and cruelty by her mother-in-law, Srimati Shakuntala, who demanded money to support her son's drinking habits. Most importantly, Your Honor, the deceased gave a dying declaration before a magistrate, clearly stating that her mother-in-law abused her and burned her. The law accords a dying declaration as a higher degree of evidentiary sanctity, provided it inspires full confidence in the court. Hence, the prosecution prays that the accused is convicted. Thank you, Your Honor.
Learned defense counsel, you may proceed.
Your Honor, this is not a dowry death. This is not a case of a dowry death. This is a falsely accused case on the mother-in-law framing a mother-in-law. I and my counsel would like to show that there is no mandatory requirement of section.
Objection overruled.
There are no mandatory ingredients of section 80 of Bharatiya न्याय Sanhita in this case. Thank you.
Please call the first witness for your prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to call the doctor as the first witness to the witness box with your permission.
You may proceed.
मैं डॉक्टर सुश्री शपथ लेती हूँ कि मैं जो भी कहूँगी सच के साथ हूँ.
Doctor, can you please tell the court the condition of the patient?
Yes, Mr. Rohan. Priya, age 25, was brought to clinic and was examined by me and was found to have approximately 80% total burn surface area. And upon arrival, the patient was diagnosed with a deep partial thickness and full thickness burns. So due to extent of the burns, the patient was in state of high activity, requiring continuous monitoring for inhalation injury and systemic inflammatory response syndrome.
Was the patient conscious?
Yeah, she was conscious and oriented. I mean that she was awake and responsive to the verbal commands and was also aware of her identity, place and circumstances.
And would she be able to speak in a comprehensible manner?
Yeah, although the burns were severe, the mental faculties of patients was intact at that time, and she was able to understand the question put to her and even clear logical and relevant answers.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Your Honor. That's all for the questions.
Learned Defense Counsel, do you want to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the doctor.
You may proceed.
Doctor, as you said, there were burns. Were they severe?
Yes, they were.
Was the patient under any medication or sedatives?
Yes, the analgesics were administered, but they were not producing sedation or any impairment of the sensory.
Do you think this medication could affect the person's faculty of thought?
Yes, it can be, but depending on the patient. But here, the analgesic was given only for the pain control. So there was not any effect of the sensorium. And so there were no signs of confusion, drowsiness, or altered mental status at the relevant time.
Were there any external injury marks on the patient?
No, other than the burn lesions, there was no any type of.
Thank you. That's all.
Your Honor, can I call the magistrate for the witness of the dying declaration?
You may proceed.
I take the oath that I intend to undergo it.
So, did you recall the dying declaration?
Yes, I have recorded.
And did the deceased name the accused?
Yes, she has named her mother-in-law as accused.
And was she of sound mind?
Yes, she was of some.
And was the declaration taken voluntarily or coerced?
Yes, it was taken voluntarily.
Thank you, Magistrate. Thank you, Your Honor. Any questions?
Defense, you want to cross-examine?
Yes, sir.
You may proceed.
Ma'am, did you verify whether the accused was present at the site?
No, I didn't do it.
Did the accused, the patient tell anything else about the accused?
No, she didn't tell other rather than the complaining about like assaulting and everything. She didn't tell.
You reported what was told and what was actually right, right?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all. I would like to call upon the investigating officer for the examination.
You may proceed.
मैं शपथ लेती हूँ कि जो भी बोलूंगी सच बोलूंगी और सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलूंगी।
Ma'am, the gas stove was seized, isn't it?
Yes.
Was it found faulty?
Yes, it was found. And I found certain evidences also. See, you can see a piece of burnt cloth. And I could find a soot and dust particles. When I examined the entire kitchen, it was, you can see the pictures of the kitchen as well. There was smoke and soot all around. And I could find the soot particles as well. And there were burn signs present all around. You can see. And the condition of the kitchen was gone. So it was like, it was half burnt. So the half of the kitchen was not there only at that point of time.
Ma'am, whether any prior dowry complaints from the patient? Did any neighbors tell about the harassment in that house?
No, there was no neighbor basically, but I have an eyewitness.
Your Honor, I would like to examine the eyewitness.
You may proceed.
Ma'am, are you the neighbor of the patient? Have you ever heard of any abuse in that house?
Not really, but I would hear some stuff. Not on
Does they frequently have an argument?
I can't tell that. Tell you to find, but
Did the daughter-in-law ever come to you to tell her problems about her mother-in-law harassing her?
Even like we are working night, so we were never at home. So she was not looking.
But how did you hear the sound when you were not?
It was at night, like, and then we wanted to check at him. But then we never spoke to each other, so I was worried what it was.
Did you ever go to the house and check if people were outside? Like you were saying that there were sounds, right?
Yes, recently I went and I saw, I just rang the doorbell, but he did not open it. So I was like, nobody was there.
Your Honor, I would like to talk.
The court will now proceed with the examination of accused, defense, Moot Court. Husband, who is the husband of? You may take the witness stand.
How was your relationship with your wife? Did your mother and your wife frequently have issues?
No, Veera, please. There, please.
Did you and your mother have an issue?
No.
Did your wife ever complain about your mother? No.
The court will now proceed with the examination of accused, defense. You may examine the
मैं शकुंतला देवी सच बोलूंगी और बस सच बोलूंगी।
Ma'am, where were you when the incident happened? Do you have any evidence that you were in the party?
My friends were there, they could see things and photos.
Are you on any medication?
No, but my daughter-in-law was. We have the medication.
Yes. Your Honor, I would like to call the doctor. Yes.
You may proceed.
मैं जो करूँगा सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं करूँगा।
Doctor, you are the one who was treating my wife, my right?
Yes, I was the one who was today.
What was the medication she was taking?
She was on central drug. It is a kind of an antidepressant.
That's all. Since when was she taking the medication?
Before the marriage, it was for more than 12 months. I have prescribed her this. Her father brought her to me to cure her because she was going through depression. She was used to be very much numb and very much disturbed. Her father brought it to me and he told me that her wedding is there. So that's why I have prescribed her this drug.
Objection, Your Honor. What's the point of this conversation?
Sustain.
I would like to get my point, Your Honor. She was the one who was telling me that she was taking the medication, so I would like to cross-check it, that's all.
Okay. Objection overruled.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I would like to proceed with my final argument.
You may proceed.
Okay, so 2 points here. First of all, the dying declaration clearly implicates the accused as the perpetrator of the murder of the victim. Second of all, I did not understand what was the need of the conversation about the antidepressants. Third of all, she has not provided any proper evidence as which, takes out the name of the accused from the murder. The accused, I would like to ask you a question. Before the apparent burn of the victim, you were at home, right?
Yes.
What were you doing exactly at home?
I was making chai because my daughter-in-law was sick.
Objection, Your Honor.
Can we call the doctor back to
Objection over.
the witness box? With your permission?
You may proceed.
मैं जो कहूँगा सच कहूँगा, सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलूँगा.
What's the basis? He said that the accused assumes
Before the marriage she was, but from the marriage, can't marry.
I'm talking about on the day of the incident.
I didn't met her on the day of incident.
He came to the hospital, right? With severe cases of illness. You said you gave her antidepressants. Was she on any fever medication?
No, she was not.
So, my purpose of that conversation was only to prove that the accused is lying of her daughter being sick. She was not on any prior medication, and the dying declaration also implicates that the accused murdered her own daughter, and it is a clear case of dowry death. Presumption under section 113B of the BNS applies, and the accused is attempting to escape liability by creating doubt. Thank you, Your Honor.
Defense, you may proceed with your final argument.
Your Honor, Section 80 of Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita demands the proof of doubt death. There was no harassment in her case, and according to her husband, her mother and his wife had a very good relationship. And according to the doctor, she was in depression. So it would have affected her behavior, and she would have been affected because of that. The dying declaration could not override any physical impossibilities. But I would like to conclude by saying that my client is innocent. Thank you, Your Honor.
So, according to the evidences provided by public prosecutor and defense, I come up to the opinion that the accused is innocent.
Objection, Your Honor, the accused was clearly found lying.
The evidences provided by you was not sufficient. The court is adjourned.